Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CCISO Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. Threat intelligence is a strategic enabler that elevates security programs from reactive defense to proactive risk management. For executives and security leaders, its primary purpose is to provide actionable insight into who the adversaries are, how they operate, and what tactics they're using to target the organization's assets. Threat intelligence helps CSOs and executive stakeholders understand the evolving threat landscape in business terms, enabling better decisions around mitigation, investment, and resource allocation. It directly supports detection and prevention activities, strengthens incident response preparation, and ensures that cybersecurity priorities align with external realities. When integrated effectively, threat intelligence becomes a force multiplier, shaping board-level strategy, guiding vulnerability prioritization, and improving security operations across the enterprise. Threat intelligence is divided into 4 key categories, each serving a different function across the organization. Strategic intelligence provides high-level context, such as adversary motivations, geopolitical risk factors, and industry-specific threat trends. It informs executive decision-making and risk management frameworks. Operational intelligence focuses on active campaigns and the tactics and techniques used by specific threat actors. It's relevant to security leaders who need to align defenses with current adversary behavior. Tactical intelligence provides details on how adversaries conduct their attacks, their tactics, techniques, and procedures, or TTPs. This information is essential for updating detection rules and refining response playbooks. Technical intelligence includes indicators of compromise, IOCs, such as malicious IP addresses, hashes, and domains. These are used to trigger alerts in SIEMs and block threats at the firewall or endpoint level. Together, these categories form a comprehensive picture that supports both high-level planning and hands-on defense. The CSO's role in threat intelligence is strategic. The CSO defines intelligence requirements based on business objectives and threat exposure. These requirements determine what kind of intelligence is needed, whether it's threat actor attribution, industry-specific risk, or detection-enabling IOCs. The CSO ensures that threat intelligence is integrated into governance, risk management, incident response, and vulnerability prioritization workflows. This integration enables informed decision-making at all levels of the organization. The CISO also oversees the selection of vendors and sharing partners, including commercial threat intelligence feeds, open-source repositories, and government programs. Relevance, timeliness, and reliability are key evaluation factors. The CISO must ensure that intelligence is contextualized, translating technical data into risk insights that stakeholders can understand and act on. In this way, threat intelligence becomes a strategic asset, not just an operational feed. Organizations receive threat intelligence from many sources. These include commercial vendors that offer curated feeds, government entities like CISA or NCSC that provide alerts and advisories, and industry-specific sharing platforms such as Information Sharing and Analysis Centers, ISACs, or Information Sharing and Analysis Organizations, ISAOs. Internal sources also play a role. Data from the SOC, SIAM, and incident response teams provides first-hand insight into attack trends. Threat intelligence platforms help aggregate these inputs, enrich them with contextual information, and correlate them with internal telemetry. The CISO must evaluate each source based on reliability, freshness, coverage, and relevance to the organization's sector and risk profile. Too many low-value or noisy feeds can overwhelm teams and dilute focus. Strategic sourcing ensures the right mix of tactical data and business insight. The threat intelligence lifecycle consists of 5 main stages: direction, collection, processing, analysis, and dissemination. In the direction phase, the organization defines what threats it wants to monitor based on risk posture and business objectives. The collection phase gathers raw data from internal and external sources. Processing involves cleaning, deduplicating, and enriching the data, converting raw observations into structured intelligence. The analysis phase extracts meaning from this data, identifying trends, patterns, and specific risks. Finally, the dissemination phase delivers actionable insights to stakeholders. Executives receive strategic briefings, while SOC analysts receive IOCs and alert triggers. The CISO ensures that this cycle functions smoothly, integrates with other security processes, and supports both strategic and tactical decision-making. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Threat intelligence plays a crucial role in aligning security controls and investments with the real-world threat landscape. Intelligence allows the organization to prioritize the vulnerabilities and exposures most likely to be exploited based on current adversary activity. This supports more focused patching and resource allocation. Red and blue team exercises can be designed using real adversary TTPs, making simulations more realistic and relevant. Threat modeling activities and tabletop exercises are also enhanced when based on actual threat actor behavior. Intelligence findings should be documented in the Enterprise Risk Register, particularly when associated with major vulnerabilities, third-party risks, or nation-state activity. The CISO uses threat intelligence to inform policies, influence architectural decisions, and adjust detection and prevention strategies to match the current threat climate. Operational integration is key to making threat intelligence actionable. SIEM, EDR, and SOAR platforms should all be configured to ingest IOCs and threat feed data. Alerts based on IOCs can trigger automated response actions, including endpoint isolation or access revocation. Analysts use intelligence to enrich alerts, correlate events, and drive investigation depth. Threat hunting teams rely on intelligence to define hypotheses and search for hidden indicators across the environment. Playbooks must be updated regularly to reflect new attack patterns and techniques. Thresholds for alerting can be adjusted based on changes in adversary behavior. Use cases should evolve based on emerging threats to ensure detection and response remain effective. The CISO ensures this integration is coordinated, measurable, and sustainable over time. To assess the value of threat intelligence, organizations must use defined metrics. These include the relevance of intelligence to business operations, the accuracy and rate of false positives, and the degree to which it drives action. Feedback loops from SOC, IR, and vulnerability teams help refine the intelligence process. Key performance indicators may include reductions in mean time to detect, MTTR, mean time to respond, MTTR, or increased coverage of known threats. Regular reviews of source performance, feed accuracy, and cost-benefit analysis help ensure that intelligence investments deliver measurable value. The CSO must ensure that intelligence supports both strategic decisions, such as investment planning, and operational actions, such as triage and containment. Legal, ethical, and governance issues must also be addressed. Intelligence must not be sourced from illicit or unverifiable actors. Organizations must respect legal boundaries around privacy, attribution, and data sharing. Assigning attacks to specific actors carries legal and diplomatic implications and should be handled with care. Sharing intelligence internally must be governed by access controls and clear protocols to avoid overexposure or misuse. The CSO must ensure that threat intelligence practices are governed by the same principles as other parts of the GRC framework. This includes integrating intelligence into policy oversight, audit readiness, and risk communication. Where intelligence contributes to decisions around reporting, disclosure, or public statements, legal counsel must be involved. Communication to executives is one of the CISO's key responsibilities in threat intelligence strategy. Complex technical data must be distilled into clear narratives about business risk, adversary trends, and security priorities. The CISO must explain not just what the threat is, but what it means to the organization and how it will be addressed. These insights inform board presentations, budget requests, and cross-functional alignment. When intelligence supports a shift in policy or investment, executives must understand the rationale, alternatives, and anticipated outcomes. By mastering threat intelligence communication, the CISO becomes a trusted advisor who links security insights to business outcomes. On the CCO exam, threat intelligence is tested through both terminology and scenario-based questions. Candidates must understand terms such as TTP, IOC, enrichment, and ISAC. Scenario questions may explore how to prioritize threats, select sources, or integrate intelligence into response or governance processes. The CSO's role in oversight, vendor management, and executive communication is emphasized. Cross-domain connections to incident response, vulnerability management, compliance, and board-level reporting are also tested. Candidates must demonstrate how threat intelligence supports strategic alignment between cybersecurity efforts and business resilience goals. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cyber CISO Prepcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com.